Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great week. Happy Monday. In Connecticut, it's raining and thundering. Woot! So right now I don't have my cord plugged in, and I'm on a little bit of a time schedule here. So I'm going to make this quick. So today is going to be my review of The Bourne Identity, the 2002 film starring Matt Damon. So the critically acclaimed 2002, spy film. I haven't seen this movie until recently, so don't shoot me for doing a review so late. Here we go. So the premise of The Bourne Identity is about a super spy named Jason Bourne, who is a former CIA assassin, specifically part of the Treadstone Project, which I'm not going to spoil anything for you later, because that'll be all revealed in the film later. Essentially, Jason Bourne, in the beginning of the film, is found in the middle of the ocean, unconscious, with 2 bullets in his back. He's rescued by a group of local fishermen. And when he finally wakes up, he has no memory of who he is. I mean, he can read, write, do math, so his basic skills he hasn't forgotten, or his abilities to kick ass and take names, but he doesn't know who he is as a person. Now, when his former CIA employers figure out that he's alive, obviously it creates some, obviously they aren't too happy about it because, they wanted him to stay dead for a very specific reason. So they send assassin after assassin after him. So the whole purpose of the movie is that Jason Bourne is on the run, and at the same time getting clues as to who he is and why he ended up in the middle of the ocean. So let's get started. Here's what I thought was great about The Bourne Identity. The film was action-packed. The film was one thing that I found really cool about the film, that was really gritty, the action. People who got beat up, they got bloody, they got bruised, they got, they're never really pretty fights. I mean, they're somewhat stylish, but the fact is that the fights aren't meant to be, oh, cool, look at that. And they're meant to be like, ugh, that looks like it hurt really bad. They're very brutal, very intense. And one thing, there's about, 3 or 4 main action sequences, but they're never really one and the same, You have the first fight, which is extremely close quarters combat. You have the car chase. You have a fight that takes place, with guns and a sniper battle, essentially. And then the final climax, kind of mixes between gun and action, a shootout, essentially. It's kind of it's kind of oh, it's not the same, it gives us a presence that it's not really the same thing over and over again. It's not monotonous. And the fact that they're able to really kind of diversify here is just really brilliant, it's really great, And one thing that's also great about The Bourne Identity, that it never drags. I mean, the movie clocks under 2 hours, but it's able to find the right balance of ass-kickingness and character drama, because the whole point of the story is for Jason Bourne to try to figure out who he is, But at the same time, it doesn't really drag. It doesn't feel like, it's bringing you down. It keeps you, the movie keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time, and that's an effective thriller, And one thing that's also great, which you don't see with a lot of these kind of spy thrillers, is the performances. Usually, if you guys remember harkening back to the early James Bond films, some of the performances were somewhat laughable, I'll have to admit. I still love the James Bond movies, granted, so don't shoot me. But, the problem with them is they can be kind of lackluster at best, and the performances of The Bourne Identity are completely they're not like that at all. You have really, Matt Damon, of course, he does fantastic in the role, both physically and emotionally, and because he's the center of this movie, and he shoulders that burden well. And every single other actor and actress that's in this movie does a great job also. So, in short, sorry I have to keep this short, it's just I'm running low on battery here. The Bourne Identity is a fantastic action film, that's not really afraid to show its dramatic roots, and gives an audience one hell of a great movie. So that's pretty much it. My next review is going to be of the TV show Camelot, the 2011 television show, and I hope to see you guys soon. Hopefully sometime later this week I'll make a second video. So, alright, talk to you later. Peace.